I want to talk with you a little bit today about a principle that's brought up in an article by a guy named Hugh Nibley called The Goods of First and Second Intent. It's a really great article. You can look it up for yourself. I don't think we've read it in this class, so I want to recap a little bit of it for you. If we've talked about this before, you can maybe skip ahead a little, or now would be a good time to get a review. But goods of first and second intent are basically ways of classifying how you spend your time. A good of second intent is defined as something that is used to get you something better. This is something like eating. You need to eat so you can live. You need to brush your teeth so you don't get cavities. You need to go to school so that you can learn. But goods of second intent are things that, if you use them in excess, are maybe a little harmful to you, either mentally or physically. For example, eating. Eating is a great thing for you to do, but if you did it all the time, you'd gain a ton of weight and you'd end up having a lot of health problems. So a good of second intent is not the focus of your existence. It's something that needs to be taken care of. It's something that might even be enjoyable, but it's something that's best for you in moderation. A good of first intent is what Hugh Nibley says is something that never expires in enjoyment or usefulness or pleasurableness to you. It's something that's always good. A good of first intent is something that matters most to you. It's what makes your life worth living. And those things might differ for different people. For me, one of those goods of first intent is travel. I love travel. I can never get enough of traveling. I love seeing the world. I love meeting new people. I love being places I've never been before. Those are things that are very important to me. Another first intent for me is time with my family, especially now that I live away from my family. I don't get to see them all the time. They live a couple states away from me. So any time that I get to spend with my family is good time with my family. When I was living with them, maybe there were some times when I could have used a break. Maybe then they were a good of second intent, which sounds really bad. But anyway, the idea with a good of first and second intent is that the goods of second intent in your life, the food, shelter, all those basic needs, need to be taken care of before you have the freedom to pursue your goods of first intent. Now, this is one of the reasons why Melba's situation is so awful. She talks about how her education is suffering, how she's not able to pursue all the things that she really loves because she's so focused right now on making sure that she's safe when she gets to class. That's a good of second intent that I never had to worry about. I was never worried about whether I was going to get beat up in the hall on the way to my second period. You don't have to worry about getting beat up in the hall at all because you don't go to a school, you stay at home. I assume you don't have to worry about getting beat up between the bathroom and your bedroom, unless it's by a small brother and then you've got your mom to take care of it, right? So you're good. Those concerns probably aren't a big part of your life. So that in mind, given the fact that Melba's in a very particular situation where she can't pursue her first intents, I think it's important for us to consider, well, what am I doing since I don't have to worry about those things? Am I truly spending my time on the things that are going to bring me the most happiness? I worked with a student once who really wanted to be eligible to be on the school's dance team. She loved dance. She was very good at dance. It was something that was of great value to her. But she was failing my class, and this school has a policy where if you're failing classes, you can't participate in extracurriculars because they see it as more valuable for you to make sure that you have your education taken care of before you can pursue the extras. And so I talked with her and I said, hey, you're not going to be able to be on the dance team if you don't get this assignment in. You need to get this assignment in. What can I do to help you? We talked about it. She said she'd get it in. And I would love to tell you that she got it in and was able to be on the dance team, but she didn't. She wasn't eligible. The thing that she said she loved most in the world, she actually wasn't doing what she needed to make sure that she was pursuing that actively. I think sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking, well, this is what I value most, and then you forget the work that it takes to actually get there. You don't actually do what you need to get the job done. So now I think would be a really great time for you as you read this book and as you consider your own life to think about what you value most and whether or not you are actually pursuing a course of action that's going to get you there, or if you're being a little bit delusional about how you spend your time. If you want to be a chef, you got to be cooking. If you want to be a writer, you need to write. No amount of saying, yeah, I want to, is going to get you there. You have to get up and do it.